So Leah, let's talk about Pullbox because I'm
Yeah,
excited. I'm totally exhausted by Pullbox, but at the same time, I'm
yeah.
absolutely excited about it because this is something that's been long in the making. So,
Mhm.
what can you tell us about Pullbox, Ashton?
Yeah, so Pullbox is basically a new platform that allows customers, allows you guys a better way to manage your pre-orders and subscriptions at your local comic shop. So you can get on the Previews World website and place orders directly with your local comic shop. There's all kinds of tools there for you to sync orders, manage your pre-orders and subscriptions, kind of add things, drop things, make special orders, keep a wish list, which is me always like I need these 50 things, and
Yeah.
track your weekly purchases as they ship or as they're ready for pickup. And it really just makes it more intuitive, more engaging, and it gives you more control. And like Troy said, the comfort to do it from wherever and whenever you think of it. You can go in and place the order then instead of trying to remember to get to your comic shop and tell them or call them or whatever. It
Mhm.
just eliminates a lot of the in between and makes it a lot easier. And it's compatible with everything in the previews catalog. So if it is in our previews catalog, you can order it through Pullbox, and that's everybody: Image, Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, IDW,
Mhm.
Dynamite, everybody under the sun.
Yep. And when we say everybody, we mean everybody. It's all in there, guys.
Mhm.
So, yeah, this is an exciting thing. And I'm sorry, I was running back and forth with Johnny. Did you say when it's going to become available to consumers?
I did not. Thank you for catching me
Okay.
on that. It will be launching June 7th.
There
So
you go.
coming up, coming up.
Yeah, yeah. And so I actually wanted real quick because it is also a new catalog day. I want to show you guys the actual
Mhm.
covers for the catalog. So yeah, like Ablaze is on the front cover this month, and here's just some of the
Yeah.
things you can pre-order. Like they have a new book by Maria Lovett. People, no pun intended. People love Maria Lovett, right? Like I mean, she's extremely popular as an artist right now. She's done some cool stuff with Boom and a bunch of other publishers, and now she's bringing her art style to Ablaze Publishing, which should be actually pretty cool and pretty interesting. Oh, wait a minute, we lost you, Johnny. What happened to the cover? Anyway, also the other thing, which is like the probably the bigger of the two, I openly admit, is King Spawn. Image Comics
Yeah.
is releasing King Spawn #1. We did an interview on our feed like a few months ago with Todd McFarlane, where he warned us. He said the Spawn universe is coming, guys, and we've already seen some rollout of that in terms of just art and like the different creators announcements and whatnot. And here's your chance to pre-order one of the first titles from that this new universe wide line of books. King Spawn #1 from Image Comics and Todd McFarlane Productions. And yeah, starting June 7th, you can
Mhm.
just log into Previews World Pullbox with your participating comic shop and
Great.
click pre-order, and they're going to reserve it for you, right? That's how it works. So
Yeah.
definitely stay tuned to our feed for official announcements, and also keep watching the show because we're going to keep watching our channel as well, because
Mhm.
I'm plotting a tutorial video, and I'm thinking I'm going to use Animia for this, but we shall see.
Plotting.
Plotting. So okay, fun stuff. That was all the fun stuff, right?
Mhm.
Ashton, what's going on in this week in cringe?
Mhm. Powerpuff
Definitely
Girls are like doing something
something.
not, it's ill advised, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
So I ranted several weeks back about like how I hated this idea for a live action grown up Powerpuff Girls
Mhm.
mess. And Lord, it has become a mess.
Mm.
So the CW announced earlier this week that they're holding off on the Powerpuff Girls and they're reworking the pilot, and then they'll debut in the fall. And that's because pieces of the script leaked from the pilot
Yeah,
they had already shot, and it is overtly sexual for no reason and
it
incredibly
is.
uncomfortable and also just bad.
Mm, mm. Yeah, like I mean, you told me this the other day, right? And I was like, well, I found
Mhm.
about it on the show, and then it found me on the internet, right? Like I was just
Yeah.
minding my own business, and then I was like, oh, Powerpuff Girls is trending. Uh-oh. And so people are posting little bits from the script and just throwing out
Mhm.
online. Now, here's the thing, right? I Here's my thing, like, because I know people have done this also, but they did this with Joss Whedon's Wonder Woman script and also other stuff, right? A
Mhm.
director makes a difference, right? And how they direct and how the actors act these things out, that does make a difference. You know
Sure.
what? So like, I want to say a little grain of salt in terms of the script, but the thing that, and like, I'm not a huge Powerpuff Girls fan, right? But I did watch it when I was younger, right? The thing that bugs me about this, when I looked at that script, I'm like, this isn't Powerpuff Girls. You don't need to do
Right.
this. Like, I'm becoming increasingly irritated with with Hollywood's decision to adultify and sexualize these characters that were really made for, like, they were from our youth. It's just weird.
Yeah.
And they're definitely kind of leaning into that a lot and trying to, and I guess in an attempt to modernize them and make them relatable, but it definitely comes off as the Steve Buscemi backwards hat, hello fellow youths.
Right, literally, it does.
That's what it comes off as. And like, I want to say, like, if a director makes a difference, actors make a difference. Like, this, just because it reads one way doesn't mean it's going to come off one way, right? But it's the Powerpuff Girls, dude. Like, why are we even doing this like this? Just make a new Powerpuff Girls cartoon.
Right.
I'm
like, also a little confused, like, why we need it at all. True. Like, the whole thing with the Powerpuff Girls is that it was supposed to be this empowering thing that's like for little girls. It's like, you can be tough, you can save the day, you can make a difference. And now we're like, screw that, let's ruin it all. We don't want that. It just feels it feels really out of character for what the original series was about. Yeah, no, it 100% does. And I just, again, like, we were talking about this. You're going to cringe even harder when we get to watch Return to Riverdale, because we're Ashton and I were talking about this. We want to do like a live stream where we just both watch. I haven't seen it in like 30 years probably, but like there was this Archie movie called Return to Riverdale, straight to TV, and it just was like oddly overtly sexual. Wonderful. And like, it just, like, the first thing I thought about when I saw this was like, oh god, this is Return to Riverdale all over again. Like, it doesn't need to be like this. Now, mind you, of course, I guess the show Riverdale now is also overtly sexual, right? But like, at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. Like, sometimes it's sort of like let things live and let live, I guess, is what I'm getting at. So you also had some drama going on with the Willy Wonka thing, right? I didn't even know this was a thing, really. But what's going on with that? All right, so Warner is making a Willy Wonka origin story. Of course they are. I guess they are. Why wouldn't they be? Also, I realized, like, Warner needs to give it a rest. This is the third time they'll have done a Willy Wonka movie. I'm not sure what the fixation is, but I don't think there's a reason to be rehashing it constantly. It'll be directed by Paul King, who did the Paddington movies. And Timothy Chalamet was just announced to star as a younger version of Willy Wonka before he opens the chocolate factory and becomes world-renowned. I love Timothy Chalamet. I have a huge crush on him. I will see this movie for that reason alone. I firmly believe this is not necessary. I don't understand what we're going to get out of an origin story. It kind of feels a little like a piling on, because we did like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker thing, and now we're doing like the Emma Stone Cruella de Vil thing. It just it feels like a little pointless. The first thing I thought of was like all the Disney the stories of the characters before they were the characters, like Maleficent and like the upcoming Cruella de Vil. That was the first thing I thought about that. And then I realized it was a Warner Brothers release, and I was like, oh, okay. So that probably is exactly what this is. Like, it's just sort of like, we gotta match Disney blow for blow on every possible front. Maybe, I don't know, but that's kind of what it felt like. So, like, I think it could be really cool, and I think Timothy Chalamet is a great actor. I just think it's not necessary. I'd be like, nobody needs a Willy Wonka origin story. It's just Hollywood overthinking. I've been really down on Hollywood lately, I gotta say. Like, some weird stuff. Also, I told my mom about this yesterday, and she had a meltdown. She was like, Gene Wilder, it's the only Willy Wonka we need. I love that. Actually, the thing I love about that is that, like, it just goes to show that, like, look, there's always going to be that group of people that's going to be like, oh, just let it. It needs the next generation needs it. Like, just let it go. Like, it's not for you anymore. Like, just watch something else, right? There's always going to be somebody. It's always going to be somebody you don't expect is going to be like, but that's mine. I was not expecting her to be like, of all the things that she'd get territorial and really Wonka, was not on my bingo card. That was just hilarious. Like, I think that's really interesting. Yeah, okay. All right. You know what? I co-sign on that. Your mom's right. Leave Gene Wilder alone. Like, let him story live in him. I mean, of course, they already made a Johnny Depp one, but whatever.
Don't forget that you can catch Previews World Weekly streaming live every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific at Previews World on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.